Student, today we are going to see the experiment number 6, that is the resonance tube. Now see what is the aim of this experiment: to determine the speed of sound in air at room temperature, and then to find out the unknown frequency of a tuning fork using resonance tube. Let us see what is the apparatus for this experiment. A long plastic jar filled with water. See, this is the long plastic jar filled with water. Then next we are going to use the set of tuning fork. In resonance, for resonance we are going to see this in sonometer first and second. You have already seen this tuning fork. Okay. Then restored stand, and then meter scale, that is the vernier caliper, and then rubber pad, which is also called as the striker, and then thermometer. Thermometer is for to measure the room temperature. Now see what is the theory for this. See in this diagram here the metal, or you can use the glass tube, which is called as the resonance tube, and this one is the stand, and in this there is a water. Here there is the formation. When you strike this tuning fork on this striker and put on this upper portion of this resonance tube, then what happens? There is the formation of the resonance, and there is the inside this resonance tube there is the formation of node and antinode. But what happened here, in between in this tube there is the formation of node, but this antinode is are some out of this portion of this resonance tube, not exactly on this end. So we put this tuning fork on this portion on this resonance tube, and so that there is the end correction. When we are going to take the length, at that time we have to add the end correction in it, so that first upon we are going to find out the end correction with the help of vernier caliper. See, this apparatus is called as the vernier caliper. We are familiar with this vernier caliper. With the help of this vernier caliper, you have to find out the inner diameter of the resonance tube. For this purpose we are going to use the upper jaw. When we are going to find out the inner diameter, at that time you have to use the upper jaw. See, like this, and then you have to take the reading. Okay, with the help of this, that means you have to see how many main scale completed before the first line of the vernier caliper, and then find out which is the parallel line out of this 10 line, which is the parallel line to the main scale line using this vernier caliper. First upon you have to find out the inner diameter, and then you have to multiply this inner diameter by the 0.3, and then you got the end correction. See what is the formula. First upon I already tell you what is this end correction, that is E is equal to 0.3 into D, where D is what? The inner diameter of the resonance tube. Then for find out the velocity we are going to use the formula, that is V is equal to 4 into NL min. This NL we are going to find out with the observation table. Okay, and then in each this length we have to add this end correction, because while tuning this tuning fork, what happened, we put this up to some upper distance of this resonance tube, so we have to add this distance, and the adding of this distance is nothing but the end correction. So each and every reading we have to add this 0.3 D. Okay, then again we have to see this velocity again with the help of graph, which is called as the graph calculation value, or this is the observation. When we are going to take the observation, then with the help of this we are take this value V, and this is called as the calculation value. This is by graph, and again with the help of all this observation table we are going to find out this NX, that is the one tuning fork. We are going to take one tuning fork which is unknown for you people. Okay, and then with the help of this formula we are going to find out the value of that unknown tuning fork. Now let us see the procedure. First upon we are going to find out the diameter of the resonance with the help of vernier caliper. See, Here this main scale reading is nearly, this reading is 3.4. So MSR reading, that is the main scale reading, is 3.4. And vernier scale, you have to find out the which line is parallel out of these 10 lines. That line is, here my reading is 4. So therefore vernier scale, that is B multiplied by least count. We know that the smallest division on main scale of vernier caliper, here 0 to 1, 10 lines. So the value of one line is 0.1. Again, total number of division on the vernier scale, here on this vernier scale there is a 10 line. So this one is 10 division. And finally least count, LC of vernier caliper is equal to 0.1 divided by 10, which is equal to, that is 0.01. Here there is no zero error, because our scale in this zero of vernier calipers, the main scale 0 and vernier scale 0 exactly parallel to each other, so there is no zero error. So here we take dash. Okay, then this diameter, here this vernier scale, that is the B multiplied by C, that is the 0.01 multiplied by 4, therefore 0.04. and finally the reading is 3.34. What is this? This is nothing but the diameter. When you multiply by this diameter, that is 0.3 multiply this 3.34, which is equal to 1.002 centimeters, and each and every reading we are going to add this. Okay, see next, that is the observation for resonating length. First upon, we are going to take the frequency of 512 and see the length of your column, that is nothing but the at which length we obtain the resonance, and here the resonance is nothing but the at the length at which you heard the maximum sound. Okay, in this way you have to check the maximum sound changing the position of this resonance tube. And with the help of meter scale, you are going to take the reading, that is from this portion up to this. Here this reading is 15. Once again you have to repeat this process for the, to get the proper answer, you have to repeat this process once again. It should be near about 15. Okay, here there are, you have to take 3 readings, but here I am going to take only 2 readings. Okay, the next one is the frequency, that is the 480. Now see the reading for 480. In this way you have to change this position of this resonance tube. Again we have to check this. See once again. In this way you should hear the maximum sound, and with the help of this meter scale you have to check this or measure this length. Okay, and write down this corresponding length for this 480. It nearly about 18. Okay, and again same tuning for the length is 18. Okay, the next reading is for 426. 426. We heard the maximum sound here. In this way, again you have to take the reading for the corresponding length. Okay, it is nearly about 19.5. okay, therefore this reading is 19.5. Similarly, write down here 19.5. In this way, we take the reading for 384 already, and it is nearly equal to 21.5. Again, 21.5. In this column, you have to take the mean. I am doing one calculation for understanding you. That is, this one is 15. Okay, and then corrected length. Here this E is equal to, here this E is the end correction. Each and every reading you have to add this value. So 15.15 plus this 15 plus 1.002, here the corrected length is, that is the 16.002. With the help of log table, we have to find out this value. This is nearly equal to 0.062. Again, find out the calculation with the help of logbook. That is the 512 multiplied by corresponding this L, that is the 16.002, and this answer is equal to 8242. In this way, you have to complete all this observation table. Okay, therefore for corresponding this 18, here is the again 18. So the answer is corrected L 19.002, corresponding this 1 upon L 0.052, and this NL is equal to 9120, corresponding this value of this 426. Again here the mean is same, then which is equal to corrected length, that is we have to add the end correction 20.502, which is equal to 1 upon L inverse of this 0.048, and answer is 8734. And the last one is calculation, that is this answer is again mean is 21.5, which is equal to 22.50, and the inverse is 0.044, and this NL is equal to 8640. And finally you are going to take the one unknown tuning fork. That means its frequency is unknown for you, but this resonance here column, that is the corresponding length is 26, and its mean is equal to again 26. Therefore you have to divide the mean of this value. With the help of this, we can find out this NX like this. Here this NX is equal to, if you take the mean of all these values, then this mean is equal to, that is the unknown is equal to 8685.5. What is this? This is nothing but the mean of the NL, that is the mean NL, divided by the corresponding value of this 26, that is the, here this is the 27.002, and you have to divide this 27.002, and finally we got this value, which is equal to, this NX is equal to 321.66 Hertz. With the help of this, first upon find out this NX value. Again V is equal to this 8x, that is the 8685, this is the mean NL, multiply by 4. This answer is equal to, that is the 347.42 centimeter per second, and this is the value of this unknown tuning fork and the velocity of sound in ear. With the help of this observation, we have to first upon complete this, like as the speed of sound. Here I have completed this calculation here, and this one is the unknown frequency. Again with the help of graph paper, you have to take this reading. that is on this x axis we are going to take 1 upon L, that is the inverse of the corrected length, and then that is the on y axis we are going to take the frequency. This, see the scale on x axis, 1 centimeter is equal to 0.005 per centimeter, because here we have written 1 upon L. Similarly, on y axis 1 centimeter is equal to 50 hertz, and you have to draw the corresponding points of this x and y axis and draw the line, that means the which is passing through the straight line, and then you have to take the 2 points here. With the help of this 2 point, you have to first upon find out the slope. We know the basic formula of the slope, that is the y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Therefore, here this doing this calculation, finally here we got the slope, that is the 9600, and multiply by this slope by 4. This is nothing but the by graph calculation value of the velocity, and this one is the 384. Similarly, here on graph you have to find out the value of nx. Here we have to first find out this 1 upon L here, this 0.037. Okay, see 0.037 here, near about here 0.035. So I have draw this line here, and again you have to draw the line on this y axis, and corresponding value is nothing for the your unknown tuning fork's value. This by graph this value is near about 325 hertz. In this way you have to complete this calculation by graph and by observation table, and during performing this experiment you have to take some precaution, like as strike the tuning fork here. This you have to strike the tuning fork gently on this rubber pad and hold the vibrating tuning fork just above the mouth of the resonance tube. That means you don't touch this tuning fork on this resonating tube, then this vibration get cancelled and you don't get any proper result. Okay, do not bring air close to the tube, and while adjusting the resonating length, start with the minimum length of the air column and the tuning fork of the highest column. Again, tuning fork should not touch the resonance tube. In this way, we have to take the precaution while performing this experiment. In this way, here today we perform the experiment of the resonance tube.